For a long time, people thought of Elon Musk as some sort of super genius, and he had a seemingly bulletproof reputation. That is until the gamers attacked. That's right, gamers are turning on Elon Musk. But why? Why would they do such a thing to their own flesh and blood? To someone who is an elite gamer in their own right. This isn't the gamer way. Normally, we just hurl racial slurs at each other and tell each other how great it was having sex with their mom. We don't gang up on disadvantaged billionaires. It's not the gamer way. But all that changed recently, as it appears that our God King extraordinaire Elon is under a little bit of fire. See, Elon Musk has long claimed to not only be a mega genius CEO, but to also be a god gamer, which is honestly a lot more respectable. Yes, he has claimed he was a top Quake player, a top Diablo player, and now he's claiming to be a top Path of Exile player. And the last one is really what got the internet riled up. So much so that big creators like Moist Critical, Asmongold, and Hasanabi have been covering this. This story's gotten so much steam behind it that even places like Forbes and MSNBC are covering it as well. So it's essentially hit the mainstream. That is the power of a gamer. This all started from a simple video from streamer Quinn69, who posted it on his YouTube channel. I'll include a link below because I would highly recommend you watch that video. And he essentially watched Elon stream his Path of Exile gameplay and witnessed a shocking number of beginner mistakes from Elon Musk. Just to put into context how difficult it is to get into the top 20, Quinn explains it in his video here.
Let's start off with some context. Elon Musk's character is currently level 97, aka rank 12 on hardcore, that's permanent death mode, Trade League. Let me try to give you a quick understanding as to how hard it is to get to that level. 2 weeks into the league, when people are playing the game, literally they're staying up 40 to 50 hours without sleeping, only playing Path of Exile, and they are the most try-hard guys in the world. The highest ranked player on the hardcore Trade League was level 93. Okay, and you're thinking about yourself, that's kind of close to 97. Every time you level it up, it becomes exponentially harder to gain experience. A lot harder and a lot harder. Okay, so these players, to get to 97, have to be playing the game every day for the majority of their day.
So in order to do this legitimately, you have to basically devote your life to this game. Or perhaps be exceedingly efficient. And you know, Elon Musk, mega genius, certainly capable of that, right?
The literal first thing you learn upon getting to the end game is how to operate this map device. You're going to start off at a node, and then from that node, you can go to adjacent connected maps. Now, Elon, he's trying to click.
Oh, he's trying to do the map that's not in the chain.
He's just clicking a map repeatedly, trying to access it. He was not eligible to enter that map.
I just want you guys to understand, this is one of the highest level hardcore characters in the game. He would have played thousands of maps at this point.
Anyone who's level 97 is, and you know, we're talking one of the most efficient players in the game, period. There is no way you would do that. Why just like sitting there like some sort of geriatric old man clicking this node, expecting something to happen, and then he finally kind of gives up after a while and then realizes his mistake.
Okay, so this is where it really starts to unravel, at least for me. And you could say that perhaps he was distracted or something, but you have to admit the holes are starting to appear in his supposed god gamer status, which is really a shame. You could never lie to the gamers, all right? It's just disgusting. Quinn goes on to talk about Elon failing to understand inventory management. And if you played almost any RPG, you know that is a common struggle. But once you get to your home base where you can store your items, it is almost universal knowledge that you want to sell your shit, put it away, get it out of your inventory, because you're going to fill that bitch up again. Especially in these top-down action RPGs like Diablo or Path of Exile. But Elon is going into these maps, waystones, dungeons, whatever you want to call them, and he's bringing his inventory with him. It makes no sense. And why would you do this? If you're a top 10 player, you would know better. You'd have to know better. And I just want to point this out too. If you listen to this clip of him talking, his mic sounds like shit. And I know we also sound like shit, but we are not the richest man in the world. The super genius, the founder, the creator of these 3 companies. And you can't stream your game with good mic quality?
So what I'm doing here is just boosting my shield before battle via meditation. Meditation before battle is always good.
Sorry, it's just nitpicky, but it's just something that I didn't think anybody talked about. A little bit ridiculous to me. At this point, Elon runs past this valuable currency in the game called Chaos Orbs, which another Path of Exile player, Crypt, details here.
Chaos Orbs are one of the most important currencies, and they're also really rare. I have about 140 Exalts. I have like 9 Chaos Orbs.
Another giveaway that our boy Elon may not actually be the commander of this character, because he's missing an add-on called a loot filter, which all the top players have, because as you can see in this picture, there is a shitload of loot here, and it is almost impossible to sort through it. So you have to have some sort of add-on in this game to make it easier for you to see what are the best items, what are the items that you should not be paying attention to. But Elon doesn't have it. This shit cracks me up, honestly. If you're gonna lie about being a great gamer, okay, I get that. But then to have the hubris to think you can go on stream and show people your gameplay and not expect to be called out for it when you're obviously not, it's crazy. Also, I think we have to give a shout out to Elon's PR team, because they did such an incredible job for so long. You know, he was seen as the eccentric genius who only wanted to help the world. You know, building electric vehicles, sending rockets off into space, colonizing Mars, playing video games. It was all captivating stuff. And obviously, all we care about is the video game part. Nobody gave a shit about the other stuff. But the veneer of his reputation certainly started to wear off as soon as he started calling that British diver a pedo guy who was only trying to help those kids that were trapped in that cave in Thailand. So back to this video, and perhaps the most damning piece of all this is when Elon is describing his gear, and he's acting like he's got some really crappy stuff based on the required level of it. Which, if you played any RPG, you know that the required level is not the level of the item or how good it is. It's merely what level you need to be to equip it, which is something he doesn't seem to understand. Because he's got some of the best gear in the game, but he's acting like it's not really that good.
In Path of Exile, gear has requirements to equip it, but that has nothing to do necessarily with how good it is. For example, one of the most powerful and best items in the game is a level 1 required to equip staff, which is maybe, I think, even the most meta build in the game right now. It's super, super broken, insane damage. And Elon Musk starts going over his gear.
This is a great staff, but it's only a level, 62 staff.
His weapon is, I kid you not, one of the best, if not the best staffs on the entire hardcore trade league. You cannot even buy it. Insane weapon.
These affixes are, I'd hate to say perfect, but they might be perfect.
Just the PvPS criteria on trade, we can see there's literally one staff in existence on the entire market. Not only does Elon have a staff that you can't even buy, but it's so good that second best one, which is missing 2 of what makes a staff so powerful for an invoker, which is the crit and crit bonus, is still 20 divines, and that's obviously very expensive.
Here I am, like, level 95, but my staff is only level 62. my helmet is level 56.
Int, lightning, and chaos resist. Okay. It's only 56.
Amulet level 61. Ring is only level 48, 49. At least a level 75 jacket.
It's a jacket with 6 things. Yeah, tell us how bad the item that only drops from the highest difficulty of the hardest boss. Just tell us that it's only level 52. Did you find this at level 52? That's impressive.
Level 52 here.
They can only ever be level 52. Bro, Elon Musk is a fucking fraud, bro.
Now, we just went over the Quinn video, which has gone viral with a ton of people watching. And once again, I highly recommend you to watch it too. It's very entertaining, well put together. There is a link to it in the description below. This is kind of where the story would stop normally. And it got really interesting once Asmongold jumped in to comment on it. Because unlike some of these other guys, Asmongold actually has some sort of relationship with Elon Musk. They are mutual followers on Twitter. And they had previously sent some DMs to each other. So Asmongold eventually watched Quinn's video and, like many others, came to the same conclusion that so many of us have. And he decided to challenge Elon to prove that he leveled his character to 97 by himself. And if Elon could prove that, he said he would stream on Twitter for a year. Elon responded by saying he would, and then he jumped on his account and proved to all of us how fake that video was. And he rode off into the sunset, having proven himself once again to be the mega... No, I'm sorry, he didn't do that at all.
Elon went on Twitter and had this to say. Asmon behaves like a maverick independent, but in reality has to ask his boss for permission before he can do anything. He is not his own man. He then leaked his DMs with Asmon, where he said, this is Asmon, I'm going to see if my editors might want to make a second account for it. And then Elon replies, sure. Who are these mysterious editors? He actually sounds like that news anchor. Who is this 4chan? Like, how can someone be this fucking out of touch and stupid? So then Asmon explains, 2 guys, links them, and then they basically run the entire YouTube account, lol. So basically any content I post is edited or uploaded by them, and they can just get a cut of the ad rev. It's a super good system, to be honest. Almost everyone on YouTube does it. And then there's a community note there, which says what should be obvious to anyone with a functioning frontal lobe. Elon Musk seems to think Asmongold is an employee with editors overseeing him. That's incorrect. Asmongold's editors are actually his employees. They edit, upload his content for a revenue share. They don't control what he does. And then Elon Musk proceeds to take away Asmongold's checkmark on Twitter. You remember that thing Elon was like really adamant about, you know, how checkmarks were kind of like weaponized? Hey, Elon, you're doing that. So the free speech guy, you're taking away his checkmark because he hurt your feelings, fundamentally shadow banning him, because without a checkmark, his replies and his engagement go way down and you won't really see it anymore. You're shadow banning someone who hurt your feelings.
And to put it in perspective, once again, this guy is the CEO of 3 companies. He's the richest man in the world. He's got 12 kids and now an office at the White House. And he's arguing on Twitter with a guy who used a dead rat as his alarm clock. A guy who lives amongst the roaches. Oh shit, wrong image. Here we go. It's just it's a crazy story. Almost unbelievable. It makes you wonder what else is he lying about. It's like so inconsequential and it relatively meaningless. People would love to watch this guy just play the game and learn it normally. But if you're gonna come to us and say, hey, I'm a top 5 player, I'm a top 10 player, and then you show gameplay that's not reflective of that, people are going to be asking a lot of questions, and I think that's what's happening right now. Anyway, it was a crazy story. I really felt like I had to talk about it, or at least I wanted to talk about it, because it's just really, really funny. And that's pretty much it for this video. We'll see you guys on the next one. Peace!